If you want to learn how to cultivate a luxury mindset, even if you don't live in a penthouse or are not driving a six-figure car, keep watching because true luxury, it starts within. Luxury isn't just about money. It's about presence, energy, and intention. It's about walking through the world with a quiet confidence that says, I know I'm worth it. Welcome back to my channel, you beautiful people. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. I'm Cassandra Chloé. Now, today we're not talking about price tags. We're talking about something far more powerful, a luxury mindset. This mindset isn't reserved for the elite. It's for all of us. And it's not about chasing wealth or flaunting trends or expensive items. It really is about crafting a life of quality, of clarity and inner peace, and of elegance from the inside out. Part one, redefining what luxury means to you. The world has tried to convince us that true luxury is the price tag. It's a handbag that's on our arm, or it's a hotel. Um, you get the idea. But really, it's none of those because real luxury is completely personal. So that could be, for example, um, time freedom. That could be you um, choosing to have freedom entirely around how you spend your time and your life, and in your personal and professional areas, how much time is devoted to those and in what respect. It could simply be, for example, sipping on a cup of coffee in the morning in a space that brings you peace. Another example, it could be waking up without anxiety. Those are all examples. It could be anything and everything. Again, it will be completely personal and unique to you. And so you really need to start asking yourself the question, what does true luxury look like to me? Right? And it will not be something that will be visible or could be seen from the outside necessarily. It comes from within. Now, once you have figured that out and you have determined, okay, these are all my top um, luxury mindset ideas, or how I want to live my life, or how I want to feel on a day to day basis, then you're really setting the tone and setting the foundation for living a luxury mindset. And alternatively, once you've clarified that for yourself, you stop chasing a version of success that was never your own. And you really start redefining life on your own standards. And again, as we said, this clarity in turn becomes the foundation to a true luxury mindset, which in turn becomes intentional living for yourself. Part two is all about raising your standards quietly and consistently. Now, a luxury isn't supposed to be loud. It does not scream. In fact, it whispers through the quality of your energy, your set boundaries, and your habits. When you have a luxury mindset, you do not chase, you attract. You do not beg, you align. And you do not settle, you choose. So you need to start asking yourself some tough questions, such as, where in my life have I been accepting less than I know I deserve? Now, that could have to do with tightening your boundaries, setting your boundaries more accordingly. Alternatively, it could also be asking yourself, what habits do I need to break or stop practicing that no longer align with the future that I want for myself? So start small in taking specific actions and practical habits, such as elevating your environment, right? Now, that could be with decluttering your space, decluttering your wardrobe. It's always good to clean your space, declutter it, even if also, another example could be elevate the scent. Buy a new scented candle that really brings you joy, that type of thing. Another good one is about elevating your conversations. So speak with intention, choose your words, think about what you are choosing in terms of vocabulary, and remove the noise. Another one is all about elevating your decisions. Now, making conscious decisions, asking yourself, is this going to elevate my life? Is this in line with the life that I'm trying to build, or that will be in line with my future self in 3, 5, 10 years from now? So, high standards are not about being picky. It's got nothing to do with that, but rather about being clear with yourself on your value and exactly where you're going in this lifetime. Part 3: delay, curate, and refine. One thing all luxury minded individuals possess is that patience is a power move. So they wait for what is aligned for them. They don't rush. They intentionally and purposefully create, refine, and more importantly, they refine in a very slow build. They do not rush. Luxury is about choosing quality over quantity. And that's with respect to all spheres of one's life. That could be personal, professional, with relationships, in your daily routines, habits, in obtaining results. It affects everything. So you don't have to buy everything right now. We don't have anything to prove to anyone. Once you learn to delay that gratification, you really start inculcating and um, building a life based on intention of purpose and quality that will stand the test of time. And of course, that trickles down into, like we said, in all aspects of your life, all the way down to your wardrobe, which is what we're here mainly about. It'll curate your whole wardrobe, your sense of style, which will allow it in turn to evolve instead of being stuck in the same thing, in the same type of style that you were used to before. So ask yourself these important questions to help you get the results as to everything we've just discussed previously. What am I doing impulsively that could be done intentionally? Another great question to ask yourself is, what would the highest version of me wait for? Part 4: create beauty in your present reality. You don't have to be wealthy to start living beautifully. So start today, do not delay. And so, what this has to do with is simply choosing to live in a space that you take action in beautifying, whatever that may mean to you, no matter how small your living space is. Um, Declutter it, clean it. Um, just start with what you have and start with where you are. Again, people with a luxury mindset will truly honor the space that they live in on a day to day basis, no matter how small or what it looks like. That's not the point. So they turn routine into rituals. So, examples of these rituals could be instead of rushing breakfast, how about you take the time one given morning and plate your breakfast bowl as it's a beautiful work of art? That could be one example. Another one is um, instead of keeping those beautiful, fancy candles in your cabinet or in that drawer that you normally save for special occasions, take them out for yourself one night. If you want to have like a cozy night in and something more romantic for yourself, nothing prevents you. And as you should be doing these things. And look, I know it all too well. I think we all do it. I certainly get caught up in those moments as well, where we're so busy with our day to day and we're rushing and we don't realize or just don't actively take the time to think about these things. And this is what I'm here for. I'm here to remind you, to serve as your little reminder to take these practical steps and actions towards living that life for you. Because if you don't do it for you, who else is gonna? Right? You're your best advocate. And another example of that I do so often, say for example, this top that I'm wearing is a perfect and prime example of it. I'd had it in my closet for like a year and had never worn it. Was um, brand new in terms of not having worn it. I'd actually found it at an amazing flea market. I couldn't believe it was still available, so I snatched it up. Anyways, sidetracking, um, would just never wear it because I kept thinking to myself, it's way too fancy or out there. Where am I going to wear this? That's appropriate. And I'm not going to wear it for myself at home. You know what? Yeah, actually, yes. So, I'm so glad that I guess I have a bit of a reason to be wearing it for this video, but otherwise, it is important to remind ourselves and do these things for ourselves. So now I will happily wear it for no reason, just to walk my dog or do the dishes at home. Why? Because it makes me feel good, and as it should. So you do that for yourself as well. So again, luxury is a feeling. We are seeking to get that feel good moment going on for ourselves. So once you have found that, keep chasing it, practice it daily. And again, you will in turn attract those feel good moments more and more in your life as you actively action those for yourself. So once you start treating yourself in that way, the universe and the world will naturally meet you halfway, and you'll just naturally attract more and more of it that will come your way effortlessly. Part 5, cultivating inner opulence. The most luxurious people are not the loudest. It's actually quite the contrary. They are completely at peace with themselves. True wealth is inner wealth. So we're talking about emotional intelligence, self trust, inner stillness, all very important. People with a luxury mindset protect their peace like it's Prada. They invest in their emotional clarity the way others would invest in Rolexes. So think about it this way. Your mindset is like your signature scent. It enters the room before you ever do. So do the inner work, whether that's journaling, reflecting, take the time to heal, to expand yourself. There is nothing more magnetic than someone who knows exactly who they are and what their worth is. Let's bring it full circle. To step into a luxury mindset, you must, number one, redefine what luxury means to you on your own terms. Two, elevate your standards quietly and consistently. Number three, choose depth and patience over speed and noise. Number four, build beauty and richness in the everyday life. And finally, five, luxury comes from within. So it's from the inside out. Luxury is not something you could ever buy. It's something that you embody. Now, thank you for watching. If this video resonated with your soul, comment below. What does luxury mean to you? Don't forget to subscribe for more elevated videos on self-worth, lifestyle, luxury habits, on a weekly basis. And remember, you are allowed to live richly, and even before the world sees it, because true luxury starts in your mind.